We missed out on the Newcastle job, so what comes next? Find out on today's episode. Hello and welcome to Club 5 episode 17 of The Pilgrimage. My name is Jamie. Coming up on today's episode, I've got two games for you. We're at home to Fulham and away, ironically enough, to Newcastle, who just turned us down for an interview. Both matches in the Premier League. Since you were last with us, we've only played one match. We lost narrowly in the EFL Cup quarter-final away to Liverpool. So let's get straight into the Fulham match and I'll show you the team for this one. It is Hughes in goal, back four of Lukaku, Branthwaite, Burke and Bogle, Cassini at the base of midfield, Baptiste and Devanchins ahead of him, Brereton Diaz on the left, Asprilla on the right, Kevin up front. Let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, the assistant is recommending we're favourites for a reason. Go out and make sure they're left in no doubt as to why. Given Fulham's position in the relegation zone, I think that's entirely reasonable. So we will pump the fists and go with that. And let's go into the tunnel, do a quick tunnel interview. I don't think there's any relevance to the fact we lost the last time we played Fulham. How big of an absence is Aaron Martin? Not ideal, but we're adapting. You see this being the deciding factor. It's all about execution. And there we go, we're into the match. So let's kick off and see if we can grab a win in our opening match. I'll just check the speeds. Everything is fine. Devanchins to Bogle. Bogle looking for a crossing opportunity, finds one to the back post. Brereton Diaz is prevented from getting there. Lukaku keeps it in. Baptiste crosses for Devanchins and Semper makes a save from Devanchins' header. Devanchins takes the corner himself. It's an out swinger. And it's headed up and away and then completed. De La Vega brings it across the halfway line and Bogle slides in to put it out of play and the highlight comes to an end. We are on top but by no means dominating the match at this stage. Holmgren, Pedersen, so Roden to Loftus-Cheek, all the way back to Semper in goal. Collins comes forward. He finds Carvalho, who goes for the long ball over the top, and Sanusi is in here and scores for Fulham, which is very upsetting. So let's demand more, go attacking and see if we can put this right. They've scored with their first shot on target. We've already had a shot on target but didn't score with it. So we need to get back on level terms as quickly as we possibly can and try and turn this ship around. It's Bogle with the throw in into Asprilla, back to Bogle who crosses, Kevin with the header, hits the woodwork and Friedel makes the clearance and the highlight comes to an end. So close to an equaliser there. The obvious candidate for replacement at half-time at the moment, well in fact there are a couple, the wingers, Asprilla and Brereton Diaz. It's back to Cassini, although Bogle is also right now off the field with an injury, so he would now be the obvious candidate. Burke to Asprilla, Cassini with the ball forward for Kevin. I don't know if he's beaten the offside trap. If he has, it will be 1-1. It's being reviewed, so we'll have to wait for the decision. Goal has been disallowed. We'll see how close it was in just a moment. And he is miles offside, frankly. It's not even close. So we remain 1-0 down. And right, Bogle for Darnell Furlong. Absolutely, we'll do that now. Get him on. There's no point keeping an injured Jayden Bogle on the pitch. But then, so we won't do a half-time sub now. We'll just demand more. And we'll replace both of the wingers on the hour mark, I think, as it stands. It's half time, we're still 1-0 down, so let's go into the dressing room, give them a bit of a tongue lashing. So we'll thrash the arms. You've been terrible, sort it out. And let's send them back out with a demand more ringing in their ears. And we're going to go for, it'll be Brereton Diaz first to come off in the second half. Right, Roden goes for the long ball forward. It's back with Carvalho to Roden again. He goes for another big ball forward. Antiste to Loftus-Cheek down the left hand side. Infield to Antiste. Carvalho pulls it back for Friedel. Garner back to Holmgren Pedersen. Into De La Vega. Back to Garner. He goes back to Collins. Roden, Loftus-Cheek. We can't get the ball at the moment. Never mind get shots away. And it's 2-0. Yanis Antiste has stolen in to get a second for Fulham. And I think we go with taking Brereton Diaz off now. And we'll bring on Luis Suarez. Right, Lukaku down the left, into Brereton Diaz, back to Baptiste, Cassimi to Lukaku, into Brereton Diaz. He's chipped it over the keeper. There is an appeal for offside. I'm not sure, one way or the other on this one. Goal has been disallowed, so we remain 2-0 down. So we will proceed with the substitution. And let's see what we can do here. Loftus-Cheek to Garner, Antiste through to Senzi and Sanusi rather. Fulham have got a third goal, and it's a rather spectacular chip from Sanusi, his second of the game. So our final sub is going to be Espria. And the man to come on is Jean-Jacques Delarue. Leroux, sorry, not Delarue. Right, demand more again. I think the sooner we put this game to bed, the better. There's no point dwelling on it. We've lost it. It's gone. Burke and Furlong swapping passes, going back to Hughes. Burke to Furlong, back to Hughes again. Back to Branthwaite, this time into Baptiste. Back to Branthwaite. Cassimi to Branthwaite. Baptiste to Lukaku. Into Suarez. Lukaku. Back to Branthwaite. Burke goes to the right and Furlong this time. Down the line for Leroux. Davinchen's crossfield ball to Suarez. Suarez into Kevin. Kevin puts it in the back of the net. Will this one count? We don't know yet. No, this one has been disallowed as well. I've lost count of the number of goals we've had disallowed. Is it 2 or 3? It is 3, so we could be level. Instead of which we're 3-0 down. Furlong into Davinchen's, back to Burke, all the way back to Hughes in goal. He finds Branthwaite into Cassimi, ball to the right hand side and Leroux. Checks back, finds Davinchen's who crosses. Kevin, this time surely it will count. And it does. So this time it is 3-1. Still over 20 minutes to go. Can we mount a comeback? I doubt it. We'll demand more. Collins back to his keeper, to Roden. Goes long. Branthwaite wins it, finds Baptiste. Branthwaite again, Lukaku. Suarez to Kevin. Kevin to Devanchins. Devanchins puts it in the back of the net. And that is 3-2. So with those 3 disallowed goals, we could have won this game comfortably. Can we still sneak a point after being 3-0 down? Suarez comes down the left, back to Lukaku. Pulls it back for Baptiste, back to Kasimi. Lukaku into Suarez, back to Lukaku. And Lukaku again. It's cleared, and the highlight comes to an end. This will be the biggest upset of all time if we manage to get an equaliser out of this. We've got 8 minutes left. We'll demand more again. We've done well to come back from 3-0 down. If we can get an equaliser, it'll feel like a win. There's 5 added minutes. There's plenty of time to get one. But we're into the last of those 5 minutes now. And it's not looking likely. That's it confirmed. It ends West Brom 2, Fulham 3. I'll see you in a moment for the second match of the episode. Okay, time now for the second match of today's episode as we face the trip to Champions League contenders Newcastle, who recently turned us down for a job interview. And the team for this one is Hughes in goal. Back 4 of Martin, Janitsek, Branthwaite and Furlong. Kasimi at the base of midfield, Baptiste and Devanchins ahead of him, Kevin on the left wing, Asprilla on the right, Sharp up front. Let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, the assistant manager is recommending we've got nothing to lose here. We know how good we are. Let's show everyone else what we're capable of. Yeah, completely agree. So I think we outstretch the arms and go with... In fact, we can't do that. We need to keep it low key though. So maybe point the finger. That's fine. And let's go into the tunnel. Where have you been struggling away from home? We've actually been playing well. It always helps to be as prolific as your team have been recently. If you can score goals, you'll always stand a chance. Do you hope your team can produce? Right. It's going to be a tough match, and it's up to the players to perform, so let's see if they can and kick the match off and see what the early signs are like. Newcastle have the first corner, we pick up the first yellow card. And we have the first shot and shot on target, so it's kind of being shared around a little bit at the moment. We're ahead on XG obviously, although now we're not. It's 1 shot on target apiece. Now Newcastle on the attack. Olmo to McKennie, back to Pavard, to it's Rodrigo, Taylor, back to Chilwell, Taylor again. Down the left, crosses, Oscar Hernandez with the header, and it's 1-0 to Newcastle with 17 minutes gone, and I can't argue with the fact that they deserve it, to be honest, they do. Aaron to Kevin, into Baptiste, back to Janitsek, Kasimi goes back to Hughes, Branthwaite into Devanchins in space. Could play the ball through, does, find Sharp, and I think it's hit the crossbar. If it did, it was via the gloves of the goalkeeper. It's gone out for a corner. It's Headed in, and it's off the bar again. Cassini brings it forward, but the highlight ends. We are definitely back in the match, even though we're behind. I think Aspria looks like the candidate to come off at half time. So we'll see if that remains the case as we get closer to it. McNeil turns, finds Hernandez for Newcastle. Back to McKennie, into Olmo. He finds Hernandez, he rounds the keeper and somehow puts it wide of an open goal. So we've got away with that one. It's down the right hand side. Devanchins can't get enough pressure on the ball. Taylor back to Rodrigo, to Badashili. Pavard into Olmo, back to Pavard again. Badashili, Pavard to Olmo. Back to Pavard again, under pressure. Finds Badashili, Rodrigo. Chilwell into Taylor. McNeil to Taylor again. Taylor's cross, and Hernandez this time gets on the end of it but puts it wide, and it's pretty even, but Newcastle ahead on XG and ahead where it matters on the scoreboard. McKennie down the right for Newcastle, into Hernandez, and it's cleared after a fashion over halfway. Sharp can't get there, so Newcastle will come again. And Aaron's back to McKennie, and Taylor's header is off target. Newcastle really turning the screw now. Cassini forward to Sharp, finds Aspria, plays it forward, but Badiashile will get there. Newcastle come again. McNeil. It's wave after wave of Newcastle pressure at the moment. And it's clipped into the box. Branthwaite heads clear. Olmo collects, finds Rodrigo. Back to Pavard. Olmo, back to Pavard again. McKennie. It's played out wide to Aarons. And Aarons pulls it back. And I think it's a penalty. It's going to be reviewed by VAR, obviously, but I fully expect this to be given. And it is. No real doubt. It is. Who's going to take the penalty? It's Hernandez with it. Keeper goes the right way, but Newcastle score and lead 2-0. And it's Hernandez with both goals, with less than 10 minutes to go till the break. And there has been an injury, so we will have to change our half-time plans. And I think we're going to go with a double substitution, so Baptiste and Aspria. I think that's going to be the plan. So we'll demand more, so thrash the arms. This is as good as over. That was pathetic. So Shandon Baptiste comes off for Burenhouse, and Aspria for Luis Suarez. And let's go back out for the second half, see if we can turn it around. We'll go attacking. Nothing to lose at this point, so we might as well give it a go. And see if we can find a way back into the match. But as it stands, we remain 11th in the league. In fact, we're 11th in the table. But there's 3 teams tied on 21 points, one above us, one below us. Aarons to McKennie, Taylor with the header, and Newcastle lead 3-0 within 10 minutes or so of the restart. And I think the final change of the match We will go with Branthwaite off, and we'll bring on Kipre. So just under half an hour to go. We'll demand more. It's not going to make any difference. 25 minutes left. We still trail 3-0. Furlong with the throw into Devanchins. Gives the ball away. Taylor. Devanchins has won it back though with a crunching challenge. Sharp with the header. Hits the crossbar. And it's cleared. And the highlight comes to an end. Newcastle, as you can see from the match stats, particularly the XG, thoroughly deserve their win. 3-0 only slightly flatters them. In fact, I'm not sure it does. 3-0 is probably about right. And that is cleared by Newcastle, but Janitsek collects. Kipre cannons it against the Newcastle player. Kasimi plays it into Sharp, has the shot, but it's always rising. And it goes behind for a goal kick, and the highlight ends into the last 15 minutes. One more, demand more coming up. Can we get at least a consolation goal? Furlong back to Kipre, into Devanchins, Furlong to Suarez, Furlong to Kasimi, Sharp can't get there, Pavard to Badiashile, Chilwell into Taylor, back to Chilwell again, finds Badiashile, Ugarte to Shotard, Pavard to Badiashile, into Ugarte, Shotard, McNeil plays it through, Hernandez finds Ugarte with the shot, and it's over the top, and the highlight comes to an end into the last 10 minutes. Still trailing 3-0, not a hint of a comeback. 3-1 would possibly be about fair, but that's about the limit of how close we deserve to get. And we are really struggling fitness wise with a few players at the minute and no subs left. So one more highlight probably. Aarons with the throw in, Hernandez to Shotard, Aarons to Shotard to McNeil, Ugarte to McNeil, who has the curling shot, and Hernandez is there to bury it and make it 4-0. I don't think it is offside. It is being reviewed. I think this will count, and it does. It is 4-0. But Furlong now with one more highlight. Devanchins to Suarez, back to Furlong, into Suarez, who gets it back. Suarez hits the shot, Devanchins, and finally Newcastle get it clear. And the highlight comes to an end. And I don't think we're going to get any more opportunities to get even a consolation. And we have been soundly beaten by a very good Newcastle side today. It ends Newcastle 4, West Brom 0. I'll see you in a moment for the league table and to tell you what's coming up on the next episode. Okay, time now to take a look at the league table, and as you can see we are in 11th position with 21 points from 19 games, so we're exactly halfway through the season. We are over halfway to the 40-point target, and we are 6 points clear of the relegation zone, and increasingly unlikely 11 points off the European places. So let's have a look at when we're going to come back. And barring any interview or job news, I think the appropriate time to come back is probably let's get a few games done, I think, and we'll come back for the games against Fulham and Southampton at the start of March. And that will be on tomorrow's episode. So if you've enjoyed that, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for Monday to Friday Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and Goodbye.